So here we have my personal vehicle. This is a 2019 Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus. Comes in blue on the black vegan leather. And with this one being a Standard Range Plus, you just have that one motor powering the rear wheels. So as we get to the front here, LED headlamps along with LED daytime running lights. And then these come with the aero wheel caps on, but I went ahead and took those off and put the little center cap on. So these are 18-inch aluminum wheels. And the other controls your power windows, and you open the door here, and then in an emergency, or if you just like using the manual latch, you just pull up right there. And please excuse the mess, but there we have the power seat with power lumbar support. I still have junk all over the place. I need to clean this thing out. But, ooh, this is the last day I'm gonna be having it because this is one of the reasons. Not a lot of rear seat leg room with me being 6'3", and I have the seat adjusted there. But you can fit a kid back here. Then you have two USB-C inputs there for charging. And in the middle seat here, cup holders. There's that beautiful glass roof. Gonna miss that. Let's check out the trunk space. And you get LED tail lamps and brake lights, as well as reverse lights. And there's your trunk space there, which is pretty good size for this car. And there's our power passenger seat with power lumbar support. My head's in the way. Love the car though, I'm gonna miss it. Just need something with a little bit more range and a little bit more space. So we're gonna hop in the driver's seat here. And there is the steering wheel there. And then over here, I have it on the charger. So we can't put in drive or anything like that while it's connected to the cable for obvious reasons, but I can still show the radio. So to start off with, I'm gonna start with the climate controls. You can sync them and unsync them. So here you've got dual zone automatic climate, and then you just hit the temperature there and you can sync it, and then you can leave it on for the dog, things of that nature, and then you can adjust where it blows and then even what direction. Instead of having to use the vent there, you can adjust it here and just slide it around. So that's pretty neat. And of course you have Bluetooth audio and then FM radio, and then you also have your Spotify as well as streaming. Oops. And then you have 3-stage heated seats for the front driver and passenger. And then here's the navigation screen there. There's the backup camera and then your curbside camera, so you can toggle those on and off by just tapping that arrow there. I like to leave them on because things like to get up beside me, like animals. And then your windshield wipers, you just hit this button here. and you can turn those on and off or set them on auto. And then here, I like this because whenever you drive the car, you can reset your trips and it'll tell you how many kilowatt hours you use and then your efficiency with that. And then the odometer there. And then I actually have it linked with my Google, so I can pull up my calendar. And then energy consumption there. And then the charging map I had up earlier, or the charging screen I had up earlier. And then you can go to the web, pull up the internet. And then of course you have access to your solitaire, your beach buggy, and then Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Twitch, YouTube, and then their Tesla tutorials. And down here you have 2 USB inputs, and I have an aftermarket wireless charging pad, which I really like. And then down in there, there's plenty of space in the center console cubby there. And then cup holders there, and then you get another tray as well. You have storage underneath, and then you have the actual tray there. There's a view of the back seat. And then of course to get in the glove box, you hit this button here. And then we got my napkins and my mask in there. And then for your shifter, pull all the way up for reverse, tap down for neutral, pull all the way down for drive, press P for park, and then while in drive, you can kind of tap that to either once to put the cruise control on or double tap to put the autopilot on. But next, we're gonna go ahead and take this Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus out on the road for a test drive. So one thing that I'm gonna miss about this car is just how quick it is. And this is a Standard Range Plus, but this is still extremely fast comparatively to other vehicles on the road, and including other EVs. So I have a, I think it's a race box, so it can time my 0 to 60s. And the fastest I've been able to get this thing up to has been, at least timing, has been 5 seconds. And it feels so quick because, like with all EVs, you get the instant torque just about anywhere in the range of the transmission. So whether I'm doing 60 or whether I'm doing 10 and I nail it, you just feel all of that power. But especially with passing power, that's where this thing really shines, because if you're trying to get over or you're trying to accelerate around somebody, there's really, it's like they're not even moving when you put your foot down. And there is the autopilot on now. And this one has the full self-driving computer and all that, but I signed up for beta about 2-3 weeks ago and I still don't have it. But it's whatever. And that's one thing I'm not gonna miss about this car, is just Elon Musk. He's a great entrepreneur and he runs Tesla very well, but a lot of the promises that were made, for most of the Tesla geeks who are obsessed with it, unlike myself, they give him the benefit of the doubt, give him leeway and all that. But that's one of the big reasons I'm going with the Ford, is because their safety ratings are good. they've been around a lot longer. And even though they haven't been as good at making EVs as, say, Tesla, I mean, I'm getting a Mach-E California for, I think, 51 grand. I'm having to pay sticker. And I can get 300 miles of range on that. And that's what I need, honestly. And a little bit more space. Now, I will say, nothing that I've driven drives as cleanly and, I guess, responsive as this car all around. Of course, the steering is not like a Porsche, but I mean, with the throttle response, I've driven Taycans, I've driven Model S's, and this is the whole package right here for 50, 60,000, depending on what packages and upgrades you get. But it's just so easy to drive. It's so easy to handle. The biggest thing that people don't like, and this is my girlfriend included, is just the technology, which I absolutely love. And it's one of the reasons I'm going to miss this car. It's just, there's nothing wrong with it. There really isn't, other than the space that I want, and with this one being an SR plus the range. And me starting a family, I definitely want something bigger in the rear seat, but where I can still kind of spread my legs out because I'm 6'3". And you had to make sacrifices with that. Mach-E, especially the one I'm getting, is not going to drive anywhere near this Model 3. Because like I said, this thing is it's so fast. But for what I need, it's going to be perfect for me. And this is definitely not to bash Tesla in any way, because I traded in a 16 Malibu Premier with a 2-liter turbo. And at first I was like, man, what have I done? This, that, and the other. But as I've gotten used to this car, especially when I'm not having to worry about range as much, because when I first got the car, I was living really, really far away from work, and now I'm not. Like, it's just, I can enjoy it so much more, especially when it comes to acceleration, speed, things of that nature. It's just a really easy car to control, just really nice. I'm gonna put my foot down coming out of this corner just so you can see the acceleration. Just crazy quick. That never gets old. Well, this is going to bring me to an end of my review of my 2019 Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus.